So I have a little break in my day. So what I want to do is I want to do a traditional chromatic cube draft. I think I spoke a bit about sort of this draft and how it sort of plays out best of one, but I didn't really get to talk about best of three. Now, what I've actually found is, um, what have I actually found whilst drafting? I've actually found that um, the control in best of one, control and mid range has done best. It has just not proved possible to get underneath these decks. I have tried the various. I've tried mono white rush. I've tried Boros rush. I've tried Selesnya rush. I've tried every sort of kind of rush deck without being able to get underneath um, these decks. What happens is that despite not having sort of a multitude of sweepers in the format, there are big creatures, there are big bombs, and when the bombs go down, your traditional rush deck doesn't have an answer for them, and their bomb is able to take over the game. So it's just not been possible. Um, so it's been a mid-range to control format. Jeskai control format's working really well in this format, and and as a consequence, figuring out um, what the best of three meta will be like is tricky, for want of a better word. It's a really tricky thing to figure out. You expect that again it'll be a mid-rangey control type meta, um, but that being the case, the sort of the amplitude between sort of one of the things you think about in a meta where there's proper rush is that you think, okay, well, I've been really aggressive game one. Let me see what mid range looks like in game two, or you splash a third color in game two, or you sort of completely change the character of your deck in game two. In best of three, when the meta is sort of controlly mid rangey, um, the the challenge is trying to create an effective toolbox that can help you to sort of deal with any situation. So you have to build a toolbox decks. But in terms of, as I described in the description, you need a lot of discipline in your draft. So it means sort of adopting a strategy and being relentless in pursuing that strategy. So if you say Jeskai, it means really, if you see something kind of interesting that you might want to splash ordinarily, or you might have thought about splashing ordinarily, you can't do it. Not in this format. So it's quite interesting. I'm going to take the Dream Eater. So I'm going to take the Dream Eater. I do like the ultimatums. I think the ultimatums are really good. But I like the Dream Eater. I like the idea of bouncing a thing and being able to look 4 cards from my deck. That's like 1/10 of my deck in this cube. Okay. I don't know what's open. I'm going to take the Kaya. I kind of like Esper colors, Esper control colors. You don't have the red, which is sort of the removal. Um, We're going to see how this goes. We're not going to make a decision yet as to whether we're going to go blue, black, white, or blue, red, or whatever. We're going to see how it goes. So there's lots of very expensive stuff. So here, all the interesting stuff is at the bottom here. This stuff looks flashy. All the interesting stuff is at the bottom here. I kind of like Cast Down. Because it's an enchantment effect. We are going to take the cast out. Okay. I kind of like the command, but it's very expensive. So we're gonna see if this comes back around, and we're gonna take the pathway. Bring target creature back. See, the thing about Dovin Grand Arbiter is it doesn't really do anything. It just doesn't do anything. Maybe we'll get a 1/1 flop to 3. Is that really a thing? I kinda like the idea of no priest. I like Finale of Glory. Ephemerate, what has the... Oof, that could be good. That's good, this could be good. Ephemerate looks good actually. We will take the Ephemerate, yeah. There's a blue-red land. See, I like Raragoth, but I also like this protecting my things. But it costs 4. 4 is really expensive. We're going to take Raragoth. Something that helps us sort of cycle through our deck is really good. Here we're going to take Isolated Chapel. Help us solve our land issues. Here, not easy at all. We're going to take Leonin. So white and black look open. This is in turn 4, this is in turn 3, and then we got return 2 cards. It's too expensive. We're going to take the Royal Strider at 3. I'm going to take the Feed the Swarm, get some removal in. Izareth, return something. We got a Null Priest to return, we got a Woe Strider to return. No, the deck isn't really a counters deck. Oh, we took too long. Shadow Spear. We don't really need Shadow Spear. The Dovin is here.
Your loss will either be a tragedy or comedy of errors.
I'm not sure if the Dovin makes it. We take the lands. We take the Blood for Bones. Okay, card deck too. Eldest Reborn, Watery Grave, both very good. I think Eldest Reborn is probably the best for our sort of controlling package. Blue doesn't look very open. Do we have to consider another colour? Oh, this is very good. We've got Heartless Act and we've got Erebos. I think Heartless Act is just premium removal right here. And I kind of like Charming Prince, and it has synergy with Ephemerate. Again, we could bounce a thing. Will Mythos come back? Could do. Mythrai. Do you know what? We're going to take Charming Prince. I think the flexibility offered is too great. Okay. Aetheros. It's very big, very expensive. This is starting to look like. Ugh. We're going to take the Aetheros. It's starting to look like Urzoff. Oh, then again. So, we've got the Cavaliers. Cavalier of Gale is the one I really want. Although Cavalier of the Night will bring back Charming Prince, Null Priest. Ugh. It has to be. Okay. So a bit of discipline. We have got these two cards which now look out of place. It's still very early. It's still very early, and we've got the pathway which will help us enable it. But this is looking like an Urzoff control deck. If we took the blue out, what would we be looking for? We've got a Henge pathway. Yeah, we will actually. So this white blue. We've really got blue going on here. So we got the Snarl as well. The Plaguecrafter is okay. I think the Snarl definitely makes it. The Plaguecrafter might not make it in the cut. Chupacabra, I think this is an easy one. Black is really super open. Blue Splash looks very weak now. The Blue Splash looks really incredibly weak, doesn't it? None of these look good. I think we could take this because. So, do we go all in on Urzoff? If we do, yeah, I think this is. We go like looking more and more Urzoff as it goes, aren't we? So let's take this out. Whoops. Let's take that out. Let us take Dream Eater out. Skittering Surveyor helps us get a land. The Clear Water goes out. And we look more like an Urzoff deck. Yeah, it's blue-black. I mean, we can still splash in the blue if something really good in blue comes along. Okay, you hit Yane. Put it in, it probably won't last. Green, ugh. All of this is just not colours we want to splash. So this is an indisciplined. Ugh, we'll take the Vraska, but it's not. There's no way you can use it. Obosh can go inside. Creatures. Ancestral Relic goes inside. Okay. No. So, for our control, there's too many colours. We're not built into there. As is none of those. So, Shalai looks probably the best from the top row. It looks okay, but again, not ideal. This is very good on the blue, isn't it? We're going to take this on the blue and put it in the side. I think Lyra is awesome. All-round MVP type card. I think the Erebos will come back around, because I think black is completely open. I think the Massacre Worm again is another one which is really good. But then so is Search for a Scanter when we splash the blue. Whoa, okay, hold on. Treasure map. Let's see if we can help ourselves on the land front. Black green, not helpful. Godpharaoh's Gift, nope. Champions of Wit or Basri, like Champions of Wit should go in the sideboard. It's a good toolbox card. Price of Fame is probably the one we should pick here. It's got to kill Ender Surveil. See the blue-white enchantment, but the Thief of Sanity is too good when we splash the blue. Azul's Great Gateway. We've only got 40 cards. If we exile a fifth one, it just doesn't make sense. Baron. This has actually been quite a testing draft. We wanted to go blue. Blue wasn't open until the last sort of cards, and I do feel like I'm getting somebody else's discards. I don't feel like I'm getting the cards I really want. Nightmare Shepherd is actually quite good, especially with all my ETB effects. The idea of something coming back and doing something is actually very good. Lithoform engine to copy a thing. I think it'll get cut out. This is like just a classic. It's a classic control tool. Herbo's still in there like we said it would be. Black is completely open. We're going to take Conrad and Grim. I'm just wondering what my mono black option looks like. We could take that. I think we could take that.
You've never seen anything like this. Because it runs on the blue.
Hero Precinct goes in here. We'll take the Regal Cats. I genuinely think we might have a black deck with a splash of white. Mightn't we? Oh. No. So. Yahini. We do have some things we don't mind sacrificing, don't we? But I just look at our blood for bones and I want to find a way to get it in. That's where I'm at. That's why I keep on looking at that Yehani. So the ETBs. So you've got the Kite Sail, Null Priest, Varagoth. What we got there? I'm going to take out a land to put the Blood for Bones in because I'm risky like that. It means 16. Is it 16? We've got a good land mix, so we're not worried about that. I think it's the Nightmare Shepherd, you know? Yeah, I think it's the Nightmare Shepherd. It's just the weakest card in here. Let us put some sleeve on this. It's control deck. I don't know. I don't know if I've got the concentration for this sort of control deck. We're gonna find out. But it's a best of 3 game, so we just need to be disciplined in our play as well. Okay. So we're going to play first. Yeah, we can keep this. So at the moment the Charming Prince looks like a scribe. So actually we've got a treasure map, so we can do that instead. We wanna okay. Yeah, we want to put you to the bottom. We want a land. Good work. And there you have it. We want to draw into. Okay, we want to scry 2 because we want our land drops. We don't want to miss our land drops, do we? We've got Lyra, which is going to help us seal this out. So we're going to activate that again. This is not what we need. We need our land drops. So. Okay, let's see what he's going to do here. If he attacks with Robert or Rich, we're going to trade. Oh, Christ. Okay. Yeah, so we want to see if we can find this land. Yes, we're there. So we're going to crack that anyway. And there we have it. Okay. And now we want to play our now Lyra's a handful for them to deal with, so we're not going to worry about that. So we know he's got a great shark, we know he's got a land on top. He could play that land on top. I'm not sure he wants to tell us what else is in his deck. Okay, so this has reach, but that's fine. Field of the Dead, surprise, surprise. He's got Winota as well. Hold on, Elf, Human, Hydra. Okay. A compendium of things. So we're not going to play Eldest Reborn. We're going to play Chupacabra. Get to trying to kill him. So the longer this game goes, the more chance he wins. It's as simple as that. Field of the Dead will just out-tempo me. So what we're hoping to do is we're hoping to... How many elementals does he have? Just the one. So to face maybe? Yeah. So we're going to draw a card with one of our pieces of treasure. Haste, so we're not going to worry too much about that. Okay, so whoops. We're going to sacrifice a treasure, draw a card. Okay, we're going to hold on to this for Winota. Going to play that. Now this is good defense for most things. Do I want to kill something? I think we do, because the question is how many triggers do we want? We've got 2 built in, but they're 2 we can manage. I think we want to get rid of this. We want to reduce the amount of triggers it's got, don't we? And then we want to do that. So we're going to take this card away. Okay, so here's the Winota. This is what he's been lining himself up for. There's another Zombie. There's another potential trigger. And there's another potential trigger. Praetor has arrived, so he gets all those triggers now. Okay, he's going for it. Okay, so they will get untapped. Let's see what these triggers are. So there's the first one, nothing. Second one, nothing. Third one. Okay, what did he get? I didn't see that. A Samut. Okay, no big deal there. Less than 1 toughness can't be blocked. No big deal there. Last one here. Okay, so we want to take away the Winota, and we want to take away I think we want to take away Ura Rask, don't we? I think these are the ones we want to take away. Ugh. Oh, he gets another attack phase. What the heck? Of course. Ike, you had to use your brain and not sit on it. No blocks. The combat celebrant gives you the double attack phase. You know this, we all know this. Ugh. But that wasn't smart, was it? So Ephemerate comes out because we're not going to be bouncing anything. No, we're not. I think Selfless Glyph can come in. And I want to get a Goldvine pick in as well. So Skittering Surveyor can come out, and the Goldvine pick can come in, and that will help me draw a bit. And I think I'm happy with that. I think I played relatively well. I just used my swarm on the wrong thing. It's a classic mistake that sometimes sort of not top tier players make. So if you're a good player but not a great player, you make it is any evaluation of threats. Sometimes your eye gets drawn to things which aren't the biggest threat. So obviously, in my head, I was thinking Winota. Winota came down. I was prepared for Winota and how I would handle Winota. Didn't consider any of the other threats on the board. So, you know, that's something that if you want to get better at your play, you need to understand what your flaws as a player are and how you should sort of behave in order to manage those better. So one of the things I do in my gameplay is try to stop myself from moving so quickly and making your decisions. So even if you've got a hand like this, which is quite obvious when there's a feature hand, I often force myself to slow down just a little bit to make sure that I'm not considering some information that I need to consider. Okay. So the reason why I accepted the hand that I did is because I believe, and I'm right, that he's going to slow his deck down. He knows I'm a control deck. I know that he's a Winota deck. We know who we are. So there's so the game of cat and mouse is a bit different now. There isn't any counter magic. There isn't any board clears. So, okay, he's going to go and try and ramp himself a little bit. What I want to do is I want to get my Sir Conrad out, and then I want to get my Aetherus out, and then I start to get some of the really good effects from having killed some of these creatures. That's why those two cards are actually a good key. Okay, there's the Field of the Dead. We knew that was coming. So draw engine up. So we're going to play this. We're going to get our Aetherus down. We can go attack him. If we race, it's a race he's going to lose. So we're going to put a counter on that one. A single trigger is not enough for him. Yeah, it shouldn't be enough for him. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take away Winota, like so, and we get the Haney up now. I'm going to take that as well. Take action. Yeah, fine. Kill. We wanted to stop him from getting another land so he doesn't create more zombies. That's the idea there. Okay. So that's not a land on top. So Eldest Reborn is actually not very helpful here. Okay, so that is a creature or artifact, so we're not particularly worried about that. Do I want him to mill something? No, we're going to be patient. We have to be patient. No. Okay, that as well. At the beginning of your upkeep. Yep, we're going to put that, take action. Yep. Okay. We can see the top card, so we know what it is. Okay, what are you going to go for? Okay. We should have put a coin on one of my creatures. That is the lesson I'm learning here. I'm going to try and keep relatively calm, because all is not lost. It's just not. I think the time is actually now to play the Eldest Reborn. Okay. We're going to put a coin on this one as well. Take action. Okay. He has an ultimatum sitting there on the top of his thing. He probably has lethal now. 2, 4, 6. He just outvalued me. This deck completely and totally outvalued me with that Field of the Dead. I don't know if Field of the Dead being in this format's a good thing. I don't know if having this sort of creeping death type gameplay is good for the format. I expect they will say, all's good, all's fair in love and war. This was a long control game, you had your opportunities to win the game. So, but the upshot of it was the second that Field of the Dead went down, there was a clock finding what it needed. And that is why for 6 turns he didn't attack, didn't do anything. He just waited and played lands. And he's got a card that allows him to play more than 1 land a turn, so he knows he's going to win. because eventually he's going to have too many zombies that I can't block. You can't have a format that doesn't have any board clears and then put Field of the Dead in, or even a card that enables you to counter Field of the Dead. There's no land destruction in this. I understand sort of Field of the Dead being this wonderful effect that is actually quite clever and really good game design. And you know, for those of you who've seen, they've at some point today or tomorrow they'll be releasing this. No, it's on the 3rd, so it's on Sunday, Thursday, Friday. No, Saturday. They'll be releasing this new format with some of these broken cards balanced in your hand, and they make it a legendary land, so you can only play one of them. But even one of them, unless you have the answer to the card in your deck, it just puts a clock on your play. You can't think to yourself, okay, I'm just gonna wait and see if I can draw someone that can help me, or anything else. You just eventually, they just grind you down. It's very slow. I've got a 4, I've got a 5, I've got a 4, I've got a 5. We're gonna have to mulligan this. Keep 6. Shadrix can go back in, and then we're off to the races, I think. So we can go Shine Shadow. And then we Freebooter. Have a look. Spell. Let's take Angrass Rampage. He's going to look at my hand. Charming Prince has to be what he takes. It's like a no-brainer. Okay. We're going to take this away. Races. We're going to see if we can bounce Kite Sail and bring it back again. I don't know, he's going to go looking for a land. Okay, we're going to play that. And we're going to exile. To the God Eternals, that's 5, turn 5, turn 3. He's got what he needs, we could do that. Of course, if we took the sacrifice a creature, I get to choose which one, so we don't mind that one. Of course, he could price to fame it. Okay, so we could play Mahini. Back. Scry. Okay. Okay, we've got the option of killing our Charming Prince if he goes for it. See what happens. Okay. We're going to sacrifice that creature. Okay. So we could take a creature to the battlefield and another creature to my hand. I don't know if we got 2 creatures we want to return. I think we're gonna wait. No, we're not gonna wait. I don't think. Are we? We're gonna bring this back to the battlefield. We're gonna bring this back to my hand. We want to scry 2 because we need to see what's there. And then we're gonna do this to get rid of Angrath's Revenge. Yeah, Angrath's Rampage. Sorry. And that should help for a bit. So, we're going to force it to sacrifice a thing. Okay. Okay, no more damage here. He's going to have to discard a card. What's he going to discard? He discards that. It's an instant speed. We can rebound it as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that. We're going to take away the Khan's Temple or something. Okay. Okay.
How hard could it be?
Oh,
It's the least.
we're dead. We're in big trouble. Done. Can't play it. We don't have anything. Okay. They live to buy it. No, he's going to use his Angrath's Rampage to sacrifice it. It's GG. It's over. Okay. We've seen what he's got. Oh, so he is. Oh, that was a very hard game to play out. So, okay. I do want to splash some stuff. Blood for Bone comes out. I want Champions of Wit to go in. It's just a card that hasn't worked out very well. We're gonna take out that means I could put this in. Shadrix can come out for Dream Eater. Bloody Skyer can come out for Baron. And Skittering Surveyor can come out for Mythos of Luna. Is how I feel like I want to do this. And I want a Thief of Sanity to go in for Yahini. and no priest can come out for glyph. Ephemerate can come out. Okay, just a small splash. It's a really small splash. Okay. So we can keep this. Play this blue. Play this black. Play this white and then play this. Cool. Okay. Okay.
If the job is wrong,
Okay.
I change the terms.
Do you have an answer to this? Do you have an answer to this? I guess the answer was no. You did not have an answer to this. Okay. So we've got a good hand, but we've got rubbish lands. We've got better lands. Herbo goes back in. Okay. You could take Kaya. That's about it. Okay. So Thief of Sanity becomes a ranger to me as soon as I that game. Absolutely outrageous, but you will accept it. Absolutely outrageous. Okay, so yeah. Two cards. too low. We so need to get rid of that Thief of Sanity. It's just a problem. In addition to him stealing a card, I need to put some other cards I need into the graveyard. That's why it's such a big deal. This has to just go. Oh, Christ. Got 13 cards already in here. The good news is none of our blue lands are in here. But it is really small mercy stuff. Okay. It's gonna take another turn. That's another turn. It's GG. Oh, we got beat up. We got beat up. Absolutely and totally beaten the crap out of us. It's output. Wow. I felt like it was a good middle performance, but it literally got beaten up. His deck was just better. This deck is just not good enough. We can resign now. I don't think this deck is good enough. We're gonna have to draft again. Let's just take the 3 cards, because that's all we can get from this draft. Run. Ugh. And we're gonna hop back in. And try, we're gonna hop back in. But we're not gonna hop back in now. We're gonna end this video here with lots of defeat, and then we're gonna hop back in on a fresh stream in a bit.